All right, welcome, wrestling fans. Jordan Foley here with you, and joining me in the broadcast position as usual, Buddy Colton. Tonight, we're going to bring you the greatest wrestling here as part of Championship Wrestling from Florida. The Florida champion, Barry Windham, will be in action. All right, welcome back, wrestling fans, and we are here with more great action here. We take a look at Stan Lee and Steve Currently are the fabulous ones, recent winners of the NWA's U.S. Tag Team Championship titles. They're the former Florida Tag Team Champions, and that is part of the reason why they're coming out here tonight to go up against the team that took those titles from them. Tonight's match, a non-title match, Buddy, but you know that down the line that there will be an opportunity for them to regain those titles.
Well, definitely, we know there will be, and I'm absolutely certain that the fabulous ones will make the most of that opportunity, but tonight's an opportunity for just revenge, even if the titles aren't at stake.
Mr. Lane and Mr. Kern very capable of beating any tag team you put in the ring with them, as they proved by winning the NWA's U.S. Tag Team Tournament as part of the Clash of the Champions.
Well, what a huge event that turned out to be. Was that a great show or what? I'll tell you, there's some tremendous matches from the top of the card all the way down.
Well, indeed, we've got a lot of situations cleared up. There are a lot of champions that now have got gold around their waist that didn't necessarily walking in. The Nature Boy Ric Flair, of course, once again the NWA's World Heavyweight Champion, victorious over Total Package Lex Luger in that main event. As we take a look now at the NWA's Florida Tag Team Champions.
Well, right off the bat, you're going to notice something very unique happening here, something we haven't seen before. Kendo Nagasaki, he's about the same as we've always seen, and a couple of things different. Number one, I don't see Kevin Sullivan or any other members of the Temple of Five accompanying them right now.
Well, that is correct, and I'm not sure why, but we will be hearing from Mr. Sullivan later on tonight, I'm sure.
The other thing that I point out is you look now at the man that we've always referred to here as the Ninja. In a recent event where the NWA went over to Japan, the man we know as the Ninja took on a new persona, and he is now, according to Kevin Sullivan, been deemed as the Great Muta.
The Great Muta, yes. And that is what we will refer to him as here on future broadcasts as well. And while he may have a new name and a new look, he is still every bit the same lethal competitor inside the ring, and he is still half of the Florida Tag Team Champions as we speak.
For the fans that haven't seen that event from Japan, it is available here on the Nation Network, and it was another absolute must-see card of professional wrestling, as only the Nation can bring it to you.
All right, bell sounds on, action underway, and Kendo Nagasaki wasting no time at all, going after Stan Lane, and now putting the boots to him. It may appear that the trip back to Japan, back to the homeland, has lit a fire underneath Kendo Nagasaki, because I'll tell you what, we haven't seen him looking like this.
I got to tell you, Kendo Nagasaki right now is ready to go. Look at that move right there off the top rope springboard. What a move.
Now Stan Lane catching him with a fireman's carry, taking him down to the ground. And fans, it is an exciting time here in the Nation Network. New programming coming your way very soon, and I do mean very soon.
Yeah, we'll be talking more about that later, as I understand it, but right now Kendo Nagasaki now taking his opportunities with Steve Keirn, and he just laid him out. Steve Keirn's in trouble.
Well, there's that version of the Asiatic spike with the 2 feet planted firmly to the midsection, and the champions are looking tremendous in this one, and Stan Lane and Steve Keirn, by contrast, have been on the receiving end of just about all of the punishment here. And now our first look at the man as the Great Muta here in Championship Wrestling from Florida. Tremendous splash from the middle rope. Will that be enough for Steve Keirn? I don't think so. 1 count, all he's going to get there. Steve Keirn, much too good a wrestler to be pinned with just a simple splash like that, especially this early in the match. Now it is Steve Keirn finally putting some offense against the Muta, and now Great Muta into the corner he goes, and now the double team, and perhaps the Fabulous One starting to turn the tide in the tempo of this one. Cross body block done by Stan Lane, nicely executed by Muta. With that jawbreaker right there, just caught him.
What a tremendous roundhouse. And it dropped Stan Lane, but I tell you, Stan Lane's in trouble right now.
Muta from the top rope, and he just caught him with that missile drop kick. And I'll tell you, the Fabulous Ones really having a lot of trouble with the champions here tonight.
Well, we talk about the tag team titles not being on the line in this one. Well, we know that in a week's time, we're going to be at the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium, and the tag team titles will be on the line, and that's where we're going to find out just what the Fabulous Ones have inside of them when it comes to this team here tonight.
Face first, right to the mat he goes, and now Kendo Nagasaki, suddenly he's on the receiving end, and we look at Stan Lane outside the ring. He can't get up, and he's in a lot of trouble.
He doesn't know, he look like he knows what day of the week it is right now, but look at this.
What a move right there. Steve Keirn butterflying the arms and then driving the head of Kendo Nagasaki straight into the canvas. Steve Keirn waiting on Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, there it is. He calls that the Gator drop, and will it be enough?
2 count is all, but it was very, very close.
I think we can say now that the tide has turned in this one, but for how long will that last? Tremendous sit-out power bomb right there by Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, we've seen this before, and it's not good news for Steve Keirn.
Kern able to fight out of it, and I'll tell you, that's something I haven't seen before. Nobody up until now have I seen escape Kendo Nagasaki in that death grip of his.
Steve Kern taking him down by the leg, doing a lot of damage perhaps to that knee area. Tag made now, and Stan Lane will try and get in and head off Kendo Nagasaki, and he does, preventing him from making the tag to his tag team partner, the Great Luda. Fans, we want to thank you so much for joining us here each and every week, and we remind you to please click that like button below if you enjoy the programming we're bringing you. Clothesline right there by Stan Lane, and down goes the Great Luda. Stan Lane right now, he's proving that he is just as well versed in using his hands and his feet, as well as martial arts skills that he's picked up over the years in his travels to the Orient. Now hooking the leg, and Muda's in trouble, and Nagasaki, I beg your pardon, in trouble. Muda making the save, and now both men of the champions are down, and Steve Kern going for it. Well, no, that's not going to happen. Look at Kendo Nagasaki. He is choking out Stan Lane. Referee busy with Muda, couldn't see it. And now Kendo Nagasaki from behind, German suplex, and Steve Kern going over the top. Mr. Nagasaki really doing a number on Steve Kern. Kern now blocking the suplex and reverses it. Kern hooks the leg. Will it be enough? One. He almost had him. Well, we've got action going on inside the ring. We've got action going on outside the ring. Referees going to have a real tough time keeping order with these four men in the ring, because there is no love lost between the Temple and the Fabulous Ones. Now it is Great Muda in the ring with that knee to the small of the back. Oh, Steve Kern. Oh, brother! He just sprayed him with that green mist right in the face. Steve Kern now able to fight his way out of it, and tag is made to Stan Lane.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a good thing he made that tag, because Muda, when he sprays that mist in your face, you can't see what you're doing. You're not a good fighter if you can't even see.
And now Muda hooking him up, and wow, what a move right there. And he hooks the leg of Stan Lane. And he almost got him, but Lane able to kick out.
Now Muda going all the way up to the top rope, and this is where he is the most dangerous.
He caught him with a moonsault. There's the one. And, oh, Stan Lane somehow managing to kick out of that.
I'm not sure how Stan Lane managed to kick out of it. Muda, I don't think, is very understanding either, but he's still staying with it.
Springboard drop kick to the back. Stan Lane in trouble. Steve Kern's not looking so good outside the ring right now either. Oh, he got him. Again with that green mist, and now Muda with a sit-out powerbomb of his own.
Well, that's now both members of the Fabulous One who have had that green mist in their eyes. I don't know how long it takes for that to wear itself out. Tag is made, though Lane had to.
Referee really earning his money here tonight, I can tell you that. Tremendous slam right there and now. There's that butterfly DDT by Steve Kern. And Muta now on the receiving end. The question now is, then Steve Kern put him away? Muta was going for that move again. Northern Light suplex, and he almost held on to it for the pinfall attempt.
Stan Lane and Steve Kern have both managed to fight their way back from what appeared to be match-ending moments. Now we see Steve Kern having a hard time following up just because he's trying to regain himself. Fabulous Ones have been up and down the road against some of the best names in the business, but I don't think they've ever found themselves in the ring with a couple of guys with the mentality and the skill sets of these two individuals representing the Temple of Five.
Well, you may be right about that. As Muta hitting with another moonsault, and will that one be it? Yes, it's over.
Well, that is why they are the Florida Tag Team Champions right now. As we take a look back on some of the moments of this one, the Fabulous Ones had opportunities to win, and we take a look right there. Steve Kern actually able to break out of that hold. But despite the great opportunities the Fabulous Ones were able to put up, at the end of the day, they weren't able to put it away.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Tag Team Champions, the Great Muta and Kendo Nagasaki. We've got plenty more action coming your way here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. No weak spots in tonight's card, I can tell you that right now. Stay with us, fans. We'll be back with more. All right, fans, we are back, and it is time for our next contest, and this one is going to be about as personal as it gets.
Well, you're not kidding when you say that, because the Temple of Five and Mike Graham have really, they've had some differences, not to say the least, and that's all been stemmed, of course, by the actions of one Kevin Sullivan, the leader of the Temple of Five.
Well, we have documented it here on this network and on this program in particular many times over again what Kevin Sullivan has done to the life of Mike Graham. He has effectively destroyed Mike Graham's marital relationship and has torn apart his entire family through the actions of Mr. Sullivan and whomever he may have employed. You know, we've heard the very emotional story that Mike Graham shared with us to take away the power from Kevin Sullivan, because at one point in time, Mike Graham was actually a very reluctant member of the Temple of Five, and the only way he could get his freedom and his life back, he knew, was to take away the power from Kevin Sullivan. The only way to do that was to tell everyone the story and let everyone know exactly what it was that Kevin Sullivan had on him, and by doing that, of course, there was some damage done in his personal life. So we look at the Dark Knight, or the Dark Prince, I should say, as he enters the ring. His man Ox Baker will be the one in the ring actually competing. Kevin Sullivan, however, in the Fallen Angel will be ringside, and that can only be bad news. And now we get a look at Mike Graham as he makes his way down to the ring. He is a free man, despite the fact that he has the burden to carry with him now. That a very personal part of his life, and we will not get into it any further at this point as to what the details are, but it has been covered here before. It's now very public, and Mike Graham is looking to take out the Temple of Five. That is his number one goal and objective, and he's made it very clear, and I believe that he is capable of doing it. He may need some additional support, though. Mike Graham early on getting a hold of Big Ox Baker. This is a huge individual. Mike Graham giving up a lot of size and strength to Ox Baker, but what a tremendous professional wrestler Mike Graham really is on his own right, and I think he'll be able to compensate for the size differential by... Oh, no doubt about that. Mike Graham is one of the greatest technical wrestlers you're ever going to find anywhere in the world, and it's unfortunate that he has to be dealing with this chapter in his life right now. But the one thing you'll notice, though, is every time he's going up against the Temple of Five, it's going up against members of the Temple of Five, but never Kevin Sullivan, the guy who's responsible for the whole thing. Kevin Sullivan doesn't have the guts, in my opinion, to get in the ring one-on-one with Mike Graham, because I think he knows what Mike Graham's going to do to him when he gets his hands on him. And now Mike Graham rolling his way out to the apron after Big Ox Baker. And now, wait a minute, what's Sullivan doing over there? Sullivan. Oh, the referee is out. Referee is out. Down goes Mike Graham. Referee didn't see anything. And now, wait a minute. Sullivan has been removed from this match. Kevin Sullivan has been ejected, and now Mike Graham goes for the cover. Well, that's one down, one to go because of Fallen Angel. She is still at ringside. Ox Baker just driving Mike Graham into the top turnbuckle. Power slam, and Graham's in trouble. Well, you know, you have to wonder just how much the outside interference of Kevin Sullivan would play in this match, because Mike Graham was starting to turn things around, and that was when Sullivan caught him. Graham with the elbow drop now on the mark, and Big Ox Baker. A lot of you may recognize Ox Baker from the big movie Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. He had a role in there.
Yeah, well, it wasn't much of a role. He was really just playing himself the way it came across. You'll notice the top turnbuckle pad is missing. That's a very dangerous situation there with that steel ring exposed.
Nice move right there by Mike Graham. Sends him crashing down to the concrete floor. Fallen Angel standing by, but she does not get involved in this one.
Well, at least not yet, but with Kevin Sullivan gone, it's going to be all Fallen Angel at this point outside the ring.
Mike Graham now with a bulldog, and he got him. And there it is, the Fallen Angel distracting Mike Graham, who would have probably had a great opportunity to put this one away. That distraction allowing Ox Baker the opportunity to get back into this fight.
Well, we knew that the Fallen Angel was going to be a distraction. We knew that she was going to some point in time interject herself into the match.
Mike Graham trying the German suplex or belly-to-belly suplex perhaps on Big Ox Baker, but there was just too much size and weight difference there. Oh, wait a minute. Fallen Angel just threw a steel chair into the match. And Baker choking Mike Graham out.
Well, this is one of those things that we knew was possible. Look at it. He's got him up in the air. Couldn't hold him, though.
Mike Graham bulldogs him off the chair. That might be all. Ox Baker kicking out on 2.
Wow, I thought it was all over, man. He hit him with that bulldog right on the steel chair. Gordon, it's tough for anyone to get up from that, but again, if you saw that movie you referred to, Ox Baker is no stranger to matches involving weapons.
Nice move by Mike Graham, but he couldn't hang on. Sometimes we'll see him hook that up for the pinfall. Now he goes for it, but Baker too close to the ropes. Right now, everything is moving in the direction of Mike Graham, who takes Big Ox Baker all the way up to the top rope. What's he going to do with him here? Arm drags him halfway across the ring. And now Mike Graham up to the top rope. Mike Graham driving the fist down into Ox Baker.
Well, that's normally his big finishing type move, is that punch to the chest or the heart. Mike Graham not going to use the ropes for extra leverage.
And he gets 2, but that's all. Graham willing to fight fire with fire when it comes to the Temple of 5. Snapmare takes him over, and now Mike Graham from behind, rear chin lock. And he's going to try and wear him down. The longer he can keep Ox Baker off his feet, the better, because he loses the advantage from that position.
Yeah, to that point, that back body drop right there, that's not a normal back body drop. Big Ox Baker, he's almost 7 foot tall, so when you get a back body drop from Ox Baker, you're coming down from a much higher altitude.
Oh, he's got him by the throat, up in the air, and what's he gonna do? Drives him into the canvas. What a move by Mike Graham. Graham reversing that one nicely. And now Mike Graham driving the head of Ox Baker once again with another bulldog.
Neck breaker is there. Now Mike Graham, what's he going to do?
Sizing him up. There it is. And this time he does hook the leg. Referee's in position. And it's over. Mike Graham victorious.
Well, we mentioned the fact that it was only a matter of time that Mike Graham was going to be fighting back with everything he has against the Temple of Five, and that's what he's doing right here. This a huge victory for Mike Graham over one of the biggest members of the Temple of Five.
Here is your winner, Mike Graham, and I'll tell you right now, it's only a matter of time before he gets his opportunity to go one-on-one with Kevin Sullivan. We'll be back with more right after this. All right, fans, we are back, and now entering the ring area is Cowboy Ron Bass. He is a member of the House of Humperdinck, and the feud between him and Blackjack Mulligan, and for that matter, the Mulligan family, is at an all-time high right here in the Florida area.
You know something? I've been telling everybody out there that listen to me. That Blackjack Mulligan, you ain't nothing but a coward. You think you got what it takes to take on Ron Bass? Well, I prove each and every time we get in the ring together that I am the superior. But I'm gonna have to prove it to you one more time. It looks like here tonight. You know I'm gonna bring this match with me, and we together will want to end once and for all the Mulligan, not just the Blackjack Mulligan, but the entire Mulligan clan. The sins of the father will be paid for by the son. Tonight I'm gonna start with the head of the snake. Blackjack Mulligan. You're about to find out what happens when you are a real cowboy.
All right, fans, we are indeed going to be seeing that one later on tonight. Ron Bass going up against Blackjack Mulligan. right, wrestling fans, here we have it. He is the Bahamas heavyweight champion. The one-man gang took that championship away from Tyree Pride several weeks ago.
Well, not only that, but he also defended that title very successfully against Tyree Pride in the Bahamas recently. And tonight he's going to have an opportunity to make an even bigger mark by going head-to-head with the Florida heavyweight champion Barry Windham. And if he's able to win that match, that's going to be a huge feather in his cap.
Representing the House of Humperdinck, and notable by his absence here at ringside, is Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Well, that's the thing about Oliver Humperdinck. You never know what's up his sleeve. You know, he's not here at ringside doesn't mean he's not here in the building, and you just can't trust that man as far as you can throw him, which is not very far.
And here comes the opponent, the Florida heavyweight champion, Barry Windham.
I'll tell you, Barry Windham, since taking that championship, has really been a fighting champion. The fans love Barry. His father, of course, legendary Blackjack Mulligan, who will be up in our next match coming against Cowboy Ron Bass. His brother Kendall Windham, another great standout star here in the Florida area. And Barry Windham has had nothing but success in his career in professional wrestling, and that's going to probably continue, is my thought right here tonight.
All right, Barry Windham locking it up with the one-man gang, sending him right out to the floor. Windham wasting no time at all.
Well, no love lost between any member of the House of Humperdinck and any member of the Windham clan, that's for certain. And Barry Windham taking the fight to the Bahamas champion.
He just ran his head into the apron, and down goes the one-man gang. Oh, wait a minute. Pile driver. He pile drove him on the concrete floor. Both men fighting it out. Referee's count continues to climb, and they beat the count in the ring. One-man gang now with the advantage over the Florida champion, Barry Windham. Big roundhouse right hand. One-man gang on the apron. Barry Windham once again sends him out to the floor.
Oh, right now, the one-man gang. Oh, no, look at this. This is more of what we would expect, the one-man gang, especially once frustration sets in.
Referee's count continuing to climb. One-man gang putting the boot to the midsection of the Florida champion. And now Barry Windham back to his feet.
Well, both men have now avoided countouts on a couple of occasions. You have to wonder, though, if one of these times they're going to lose track of that count in the heat of the moment, and it'll catch up to them.
Oh, tremendous strike with that knee, and then Barry Windham is in trouble. Look at this, he's got it. He has him in the camel clutch. But Windham able to escape the hold. Tremendous slam, and Barry Windham has been busted open. Windham bleeding. I believe it would have been the knee to the head earlier. And now Barry Windham with a rear chin lock in the one-man gang, maybe the only man who's capable of powering out. He's got him in the bear hug. Can Windham survive? He will not submit, and he is fighting his way out.
Well, you know what? We knew Barry Windham took on a big challenge this week when he took on the one-man gang as an opponent, but he doesn't duck a fight. He is a fighting champion, and we can see right here is the blood flowing down his face.
Windham again sends the one-man gang crashing to the floor. The one-man gang reverse suplexing Windham here on the concrete. Depositing the one-man gang face first here on the apron, and now again, that count starting to climb. Barry Windham in trouble.
Well, these men have really taken advantage of the full size of the arena here tonight. And look at this one-man gang has got the champion in trouble.
You know, Oliver Humperdinck would love nothing more than a victory over Barry Windham in this match. What a payday that would be. Barry Windham with a big arm drag from the corner. And now Windham planting him head first into the mat, and will that be enough? He hooks the leg, referee is there. The one-man gang able to kick out on two. Windham now. Oh, there it is.
Oh, we've seen a lot of people with this hold right here. He's got that claw hold on.
Can the one-man gang survive it? Blood flowing down the face of Windham as he applies the claw hold, and the one-man gang does not tap out. Referee is going to have to keep an eye on that wound on the head of Barry Windham, as it could start obstructing his vision. He may have to stop the match just to protect the wrestler in an event like that. Spine buster right there by the one-man gang. Hooks the leg. Can Barry Windham kick out? Oh, just barely.
One-man gang right up in the referee's face saying that should have been a 3 count, and I'm not sure. It was close. It was very, very close.
Oh, rake in the eyes and tearing into the wound in the head of Barry Windham, whose face is now quickly becoming a crimson mask.
He's really stretching it out. Windham will not give it up. Both of these men have given everything they've got, thrown it all at the other man, and neither one of them able to get a pinfall or a submission thus far.
I am reminded back to a match where the one-man gang went up against the total package Lex Luger when he was the Florida champion. And while he came up on the short end of the stick that night, he really had a tremendous showing for himself, much like here tonight. Windham driving the elbows, the point of the elbow right to the forehead of the one-man gang.
Well, Barry Windham really trying to pull it all out here, because he knows the longer this goes, the more possible it is for the one-man gang to have a momentary situation that puts him out. And I think he just wants this over at this point in time. You don't want to drag this match out a moment longer than it has to go.
Well, to your point, there is that moment, perhaps. The one-man gang with that full body splash. Barry Windham is down. And he gets a shoulder up.
But you can see the frustration now of the one-man gang as again he immediately turns his attention to the referee and the count. I don't believe that count was any different than they've been all night long, but I think the one-man gang just figures he should have had a pin with that.
Barry Windham now up against the ropes, one-man gang setting him up, and look at this. There's a view. The one-man gang bringing all that weight down across the throat of Windham. Big Texas lariat by Barry Windham. Oh, he's got it on him again. What is he doing here? Oh, the one-man gang just reversed out of that one. And the blood now really flowing down the face of Barry Windham. That should be it. He kicks out.
Barry Windham has reached deeper down than I would think anybody could, and he has managed to survive up till now, but I don't know how much more of this he can take. Barry Windham has been on the receiving end of a brutal...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There it is. The one-man gang continuing his winning ways with a huge victory over Barry Windham.
Well, as we take a look back, look at the size and the strength of Barry Windham is no small man by any stretch of the imagination. Here we're about to see it. The one-man gang turned that around on Barry Windham, and he was not able to come back from that.
Well, the one-man gang victorious over the Florida champion non-title match, but you have to figure that is going to propel him into an opportunity in the very near future. Fans will be back with our main event right after this. All right, fans, welcome back. We want to give you an update on some brand new programming coming your way here on the Nation Network. The show is going to be called Showdown Legends of Wrestling, and it will feature the Legends of Wrestling in ways that we've never shown here on this channel before. Tune in later today. We're not sure the exact start time yet. We are hoping in about 4 hours if everything is up and running properly, and you'll find out what it's all about. Legends of Wrestling coming here to the Nation Network, retro style. Time for our main event. The big cowboy, Ron Bass, making his way down to the ring. Representing the House of Humperdinck.
And once again, we still don't see Oliver Humperdinck. I'm just very surprised that he wouldn't be here at ringside. It's not like him, but then again, with him, you never know. It could be a business thing, and I don't trust that man as far as I can throw him.
Cowboy Ron Bass in the ring, and he called him out earlier, Blackjack Mulligan, and we're going to see these two men once again. A rich, deep history between them, no love lost. We remind you, fans, a lot of the content you see featured here on the Nation Network broadcast can be downloaded on the PlayStation Network with your WWE2K18 game. Go to your community section and do a hashtag search for One Nation. That's number 1 in the word nation. As we get a look at Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, Blackjack Mulligan is a legend in his own right. Of course, famous tag team partners. And the tag team unity was part of one of the Blackjacks, along with Blackjack Lanza. For a long time, they ran tag team wrestling and were a nightmare to a lot of people. Now, we get a look at right here, Blackjack Mulligan going up against Cowboy Ron Bass. As they say, something's got to give.
Oh, right off the bat, Mulligan wasting no time going to work on him. These men are no strangers to one another. They have been fighting up and down the state of Florida for several weeks now. Bass catching Mulligan with a big fall-away slam opportunity.
Big elbow drop right there by Bass. There's not going to be a size or strength advantage. These two men are very equally designed and built.
Slingshot brings him in the hard way. And now, Ron Bass on the receiving end. Oh, he caught him.
Nice reversal right there by Ron Bass. He did what he had to do to get out of that trouble, because I don't know what Mulligan would have done to him in that corner.
And he drops him on his head, and Ron Bass is now in control of this one. Oh, what's good for the goose, good for the gander, and now it is Blackjack Mulligan taking advantage.
These two men are countering each other's moves left and right. Neither really able to get a sustained offense going here, but now look at this. Blackjack Mulligan, a recipient of his own tactics.
Mulligan just took Ron Bass and wrapped him up across the top rope, choking him out. Several weeks ago, Ron Bass doing damage to Kendall Windham, the son of Blackjack Mulligan. Irish whips him into the turnbuckle, and again, Bass able to sidestep the charge of Blackjack Mulligan. Big Texas power slam right there by Cowboy Ron Bass. And Mulligan fights his way out. Look at these two men. Absolutely going hold for hold against one another.
Well, you know what? It shouldn't surprise anyone, and it doesn't surprise me that they're able to reverse everything that they're doing here tonight. Because these two men know each other so well, they probably can tell just by a look in the eye what's coming next.
And Mulligan drops him with that one, and now what's going to happen here?
He's got it.
Indeed he does. The claw hold is on. Blackjack Mulligan has got Ron Bass down with a claw hold, but Ron Bass will fight it out. Big Texas lariat right there, and now Ron Bass in trouble on the receiving end of this one. Mulligan, big right hand, and down goes Ron Bass. He's been busted open.
Blackjack Mulligan, this is about as personal as we've ever seen it get with Blackjack Mulligan.
Mulligan has him up in the air. Pile driver. He hooks the leg. Will that be enough?
Ron Bass just barely manages to kick out on that one, but you have to wonder.
Ron Bass walks right into the fireman's carry. Overhand right, dropping the big cowboy.
Close line to the back of the neck right now, and Ron Bass has to be figuring that things are not going his way.
Oh, another one. Pile driver. Ron Bass is out. Ron Bass may have trouble getting out of this one, and he does.
This time it is Blackjack Mulligan with that look on his face that he can't believe.
Oh, there it is. The claw hole is on. The blood seeping through the fingers of Blackjack Mulligan. And it's over. Mulligan gets the victory. Fans, we want to thank you for joining us here. Remind you to please click the like button below if you enjoy the programming here on the Nation Network. And we invite you to join us later on today for the Legends of Wrestling here on the Nation Network. We take a look at a bewildered Cowboy Ron Bass as he leaves the arena. Fans, we'll see you next time for more Championship Wrestling from Florida.